This notion can be traced back to early philosophical and religious teachings, such as those found in Buddhism and Hinduism, which emphasize the power of ideas and intentions in altering reality. These teachings can be found in the history of the world. The use of these teaches that thoughts and intentions have the power to alter the world around them. These teachings are able to be uncovered during the course of the history of the world. The employment of these teaches that the ideas and intentions of an individual have the capacity to transform the surroundings that the individual is surrounded by. These lessons have been discovered at a number of different moments in time across the course of the history of the planet, which has allowed for their discovery. It is possible to trace these teachings, which are believed to be significant to the concept of the law of attraction, all the way back to the beginnings of the idea that the law of attraction is a concept. At the same time that the New Thought movement was gaining momentum in the Western world during the second half of the 19th century, this particular school of thought was also becoming more influential during that time period. Additionally, during this time period, the New Thought movement was gathering momentum and gaining support. One of the primary premises upon which this movement was established was the idea that the perspectives of an individual might have an effect on their health, prosperity, and overall well-being. During this movement, ideas from the domains of philosophy and spirituality were brought together in order to develop ideals that were consistent with one another. It is likely that the current surge in interest in the law of attraction might be traced to well-known works of literature and motion pictures, such as The Secret, which presented the subject matter in a manner that was both modern and easy to grasp. If this is the case, then the current interest in the law of attraction could be directly attributable to these works. One idea that can be taken into consideration is this one. In the event that this is the case, then the law of attraction is the one who is accountable for the recent surge of interest that has been witnessed. It is suggested in The Secret that the universe operates in accordance with a set of rules, one of which is the law of attraction, and that individuals have the ability to make use of this law in order to bring about the manifestation of their desires by bringing their perceptions and emotions into alignment with their ultimate goals. This law is referred to as the law of attraction. This piece of legislation is commonly known as the law of attraction. Generally speaking, this piece of legislation is referred to as the law of attraction. This is often considered to be one of the most significant concepts as a consequence of the information that is provided in The Secret. Individuals who advocate for the implementation of the law of attraction typically use personal experience and anecdotal evidence as proof that the law of attraction is effective in achieving the goal that it was designed to achieve. This is done in order to provide evidence that the effectiveness of the law of attraction is demonstrated. It is claimed that those who engage in positive thinking and visualization are more likely to consistently report increases in their relationships, work, health, and general levels of pleasure in their lives. This is in agreement with the logic that they present, which claims that individuals who engage in these activities are more likely to engage in positive thinking. This is the situation due to the fact that they have a greater degree of likelihood of producing favorable results for themselves. The reason for this is that these individuals have a higher probability of bringing about beneficial changes in their way of life, which is the reason why this is the case. These concepts are also used as proof by individuals who subscribe to the viewpoint that awareness plays a part in the process of reality building. There are theories in quantum physics that are contentious in nature, and those who hold to this viewpoint also point to these concepts as evidence of their disagreement with conventional wisdom. In their opinion, the observer effect and quantum entanglement have the potential to offer support for the idea that awareness plays a role in the process of reality construction. This is because both of these phenomena have the ability to produce evidence that supports the concept. All of the evidence that they present, on the other hand, does not lend support to the claim that they are making. Skeptics, on the other hand, contend that the principle of attraction is not supported by scientific data. and that it is predicated more on wishful thinking than on actual proof. They say that the law of attraction is a myth. According to their point of view, the law of attraction is an unduly optimistic theory. According to them, this is the response that should be deduced from the circumstances that have been presented. They believe that the notion of the law of attraction is an unduly optimistic one. This is according to their point of view. For the purpose of providing further clarification, this is the scenario that they assert to be the case. At the same time, that there is a heavy emphasis placed on the need for critical thinking. There is also an emphasis placed on the importance of care due to the potential hazards that are associated with magical thinking. When people believe that the only way they can achieve their goals is by applying their thoughts and intentions, without engaging in any concrete actions or addressing the challenges that they encounter in the real world, they are engaging in a form of thinking that is known as magical thinking. This type of thinking is characterized by the belief that the only way they can achieve their goals is by applying their thoughts and intentions. It has been shown, in accordance with the findings of research that were carried out from a psychological point of view, that techniques that integrate positive thinking and visualization are beneficial for both keeping one's mental health in good shape and keeping one motivated. As far as the techniques themselves are concerned, it has been demonstrated that certain aspects of these approaches are beneficial from a psychological point of view. As a result of research that has been conducted on the placebo effect, optimism, and resilience, it has been found that having a positive mentality can result in enhanced coping methods, decreased levels of stress, and an overall improvement in well-being. The findings of this study indicate that having a positive mental attitude can result in the aforementioned advantages. In light of the evidence presented here, it is plausible to arrive at the conclusion that maintaining a positive mental attitude can result in the benefits that were previously discussed. Several times, evidence that reveals this to be the case has been acquired from a variety of investigations that have been conducted using a variety of methods. On the other hand, the findings of these studies suggest that there is no evidence to help support the more fundamental metaphysical assumptions that are intended to be supported by the law of attraction. This is the conclusion that can be drawn from the findings of these studies. To put it succinctly, the discussion that surrounds the law of attraction continues to be overflowing with a wide range of perspectives. Not only do these viewpoints encompass psychological concepts, but they also encompass scientific skepticism and, for the most part, parts of spiritual beliefs. To put it another way, the conversation itself is still going strong because they can be used as a tool for motivation and as a means of influencing the cognitive processes that individuals engage in. The teachings of this religion are beneficial to a vast number of people. This is because they can be applied in both of these ways. In spite of this, there are a substantial number of individuals who caution against neglecting the intricacies of the obstacles that life presents and the importance of proceeding in a manner that is practical in order to accomplish goals that are pertinent to them. They believe that there is no better method to accomplish what they have set out to do. This can be ascribed to the fact that a large number of people believe that the teachings of this religion are useful to them. People are strongly encouraged to keep in mind two things when it comes to engaging the law of attraction: a balanced perspective and a critical appraisal of the possible benefits and limitations of the law of attraction. Both of these things are important to bear in mind. Keeping both of these things in mind is something that is not only essential, but also quite vital. This is always the case, regardless of whether the law of attraction is taken to be a philosophical concept, a psychological approach, or a spiritual principle. It is always the case. It takes place regardless of the interpretation that one chooses to utilize. At each and every occurrence, this is the situation. There is no way that this could ever bring about any kind of change. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.